Hi all, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Natalia Agarwal, and first of all thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I would like you to tell your friends and family also to subscribe it and make it a famous channel so that everybody could be benefited and they could learn this data science without spending a lot of amount of money, and because this is totally free of cost, as I have already told you guys. uh, so as we have seen, we have covered one module, complete module. We have completed one module, that is the starting of data science, that is differential statistics, and we have seen even hands-on in Python. I in my last video I mentioned that in one of the session we would be covering visualizations in Python. So today we would be seeing data visualization in Python. So without wasting any time further, I'll move ahead and I'll show you the data set first. It is a honey production data set, where you will have, it is from US, where you have the state names. They are the initials of the states. You have how many colonies, because honey is produced in like colonies, the bees colonies. So how many colonies, number of colonies are there in each state, yield per colony, what is the total production, what are the stocks that state has, what is the price per pound, and what is the production value, and which year this data is recorded for. Because in around year 2005 something, US saw that their colonies, bee colonies, have suddenly been reduced, and since US is the biggest exporter, importer and exporter of honey, that's why they were very concerned. And this is some similar data set because they want to understand what has happened, how have been the trend previous and after also 2005. So this is about the data set, and as I have already told you in previous hands-on session how to read the file and all those things, so we are not going into the EDA part, we'll just directly jump to the visualization part. uh, First of all, we have to import the libraries, which are pandas, numpy, seaborn. So seaborn is for visualization. It is an expansion of matplotlib, and then you have matplotlib is your basic visualization library. Matplotlib inline is that, so that in this same file you can see your plots here itself. That's why matplotlib inline we have given. So I'll run this part of code. Then what we have to do is, let me first clear this kernel. Yeah, so I'll run this code. And what first thing we have to do, we have to import a data set. So I have imported the data set. It is honey production 1. It is stored in my folder, YouTube folder, and from there only I am doing this coding part also. That's why I don't need to set the working directory. I'm directly reading my file over here. It is a CSV file. So I have explained the concept of correlation. Correlation could be seen in numeric variables only. So we will first test that whether how our numeric correlation, or how the correlation is coming amongst the variables. It is only for the numeric variables, and a scatter plot is one of the best plot to show that correlation. So we can use SNS dot pair plot. SNS is in Seaborn. It is in Seaborn. This pair plot is in Seaborn. And then I'll give all the numeric columns of my data. My data is my data frame where I have stored this CSV file, stored my data. So I'm taking all the numeric columns. I ran it, and it takes a few minutes, a few seconds I would say, to come up. See, this is the complete correlation plot that you are able to see in one go in terms of scatter plot. So if we see over here, plot value compared to number of colonies, it seems to be positively correlated, and highly and positively correlated, because there is a line, there is a positive trend that you are seeing, it is following. So similarly we can relate for other variables also. And this diagonal, as we see in correlation, it is always 1, because it is number colony with number colony, yield per colony with yield per. So that's why it is a histogram, or you can say a density plot, and it will always show 1. That's why it is not coming as a scatter plot. Other method to do is that you can first do a correlation on all the numeric variables using dot call command, and then you can make a heat map. So heat map is something that we have already seen in Excel sheet when we were going through correlation. So it is also in Seaborn. It is heat map. You have to enter, but you have to give an input of correlation only. First you have to make a correlation, store it in a variable, and then you have to give it as an input. You can't just directly give the data as we have given in pair plot. Annotation is equals to true. I want to see the numbers, that how much correlation I am having. C map is equals to plasma. It is for the color. Different colors you will see as the value increases from minimum to maximum. Minimum is -1 and maximum is 1. So see, this is the plasma plot. This is the heat map that you are seeing, and diagonal is 1. As I told you, we saw this production value and number colony are highly positively correlated. You can see the value 0.91. So what it means, it is closer to the upper end max value. That's why you are seeing even positive correlation. These two variables are highly correlated. If you see this variable, plot value with yield per colony, it is very haphazard. There is no much trend into it. That's why your correlation is also very low. It is almost no correlation exists, 0.28. So this is something that you can see for correlation, heat map and pair plot. Apart from that, now suppose what I want to do is I want to see how production trend is for each state. So for that I am creating a facet grid using my data. It is also in Seaborn. What I want to see, I want to see state, column, how many columns I want to see. There are around 20 or 24 states that you are having, unique states. So what I want to see is I want to see a six column wise. I want to see six different states, and 6 columns I want to have, and height of your plot should be 3. So and then I'm using this G. I've created a new function. I'm using this G to map to make a plot based on year, because I want to see the production trend for each state year wise. I want to see it. So year and total production trend, it would be marked with X. You can mark with dot plus whatever you want to mark it with. So if you see this, it's running. It will take some time to come up. Okay, so if you see this, there why I use the facet grid is it is giving you 6 states in one line, 6 columns it made. Height of this plot is 3. You can increase, decrease whatsoever you want. You can increase the number of columns also, and the columns are state wise. So these are different states that are being displayed over here. Then you can see I have marked X. So this is showing you the trend of total plot. Year wise it is showing you the trend on X. So it is almost same in each and every year. It is almost negligible for state AL. For state CA, what you can see, it is reducing, it is decreasing, it is decreasing. Similarly, you can see for all the states, and all the states are covered. So this is year, this is total production. For WY state, it is very slight variation is there, but almost it is like a flat only. So this is one thing that you can see. Using facet grid, you can have many plots based on, you can create the columns and you can see many plots on one parameter. Okay, so if, because the state is what, it is a categorical variable, that's why we can use it in column wise. Otherwise, if you have to use a continuous variable as in a facet grid, you have to make bins of it. That bins will be used as categorical variable, and then you can see different values, different plots over here. So is there a linear relationship between the number of colonies and value in production? So we will check it. Linear relationship, it means you have to do a LM plot. So it is also in Seaborn. LM plot, what number of colonies and plot value. Data is my data. If you see over here, it is showing you that yes, there is a linear relationship. It has plotted all the points. Now I want to give it a color, state wise I want to see. So another input you can give, u is equals to state. It will give you the color. Let's see that. See, now the color wise variation it has shown you. It is a cooked up data, so it won't be showing you much clarity, but these are some of the parameters that you can use. If you want to see year wise, see year wise makes more sense to see the color. So it is still a positive trend. It is showing you color wise, color which year wise it is showing you which year it was more and which year it was less. So now if we have to check the distribution of total production across each year using the box plot, because box plot gives you what? It gives you the 5-point summary. So we have to check the box plot. So one thing is, if you have to increase your canvas size, you can make a subplot. You can use this command plot.subplot. You make a figure size of 20 by 10 so that it consumes your complete canvas. And then SNS box plot you can do. I want it based on every year and total production. Data is my data. So each year wise, see now the canvas has increased. All the above graphs were coming very small, but this has increased in height and length both ways. So if you see breadth and length has increased. So what you can see over here is each year wise total production value has given you a box plot. All are having outliers, and you can see different values, how but all seem to be on a similar range. All year wise production seems to be in a similar range, not much difference. To 2010 needs to be a bit low, but after 2004 we are almost seeing a downfall. It has reduced, but before this the graphs were the mean, median and all those things were more. So this is something that you can see in terms of box plot. Various box plot, if you have to see in terms of one parameter for comparing it in different values, like different state wise also. I can see on year wise also, because these are categorical variable. If I have to see state wise, then also we can see this thing. See, states are more, that's why it is not coming up clearly. That's why even I didn't use it, but still you can see it. So this you can do for categorical, means based on one categorical variable you can use another numeric variable to see your data points. Okay, now if you want to see the how you want to see a plot, which is generally what you present to business also, that a graph where you can show how has your production changed over the years. Again, I am increasing my figure size over here, and SNS point plot we can use. My data is equals to year, my data plot value. So if you see with this is what, how your plot value has changed over the years. It has plotted each and every point in the year wise and shown you a beautiful graph. It is known as a point plot because it has marked the points in each year and then joined it and plotted a density graph, something like this, using the point plot. So this is another visualization which we generally use in our presentations to business. There are more things that we can see, that as we will progress we can learn about it, but these are some basic graphs that you will need. And I would urge you to practice it, to see to try different permutation combinations and see how the graph comes out. So till then, thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to my channel if you have not already done. Do like, share, comment. Thank you guys.